Welcome to our TV network, your ultimate destination for all things exciting and essential. From mouth-watering food to the latest in fashion, health, education, music, movies, and news. Plus thrilling sports and breathtaking travel. Our TV network brings it all to you. Tune in today and experience the best of every world. All in one place, RTV.network.
Welcome to another week of The Voice of the Caribbean. Today we have a very interesting show lined up for you. I'm so blessed to have one of my dear friends, one who's been in the travel industry for over 50 years. In all honesty, Marlene, the travel guru, Purvis, is one who hails from the beautiful island of Jamaica, and someone who I've known, respected, and come to know as just the know-all of travel. Marlene, welcome to the Voice of the Caribbean, and we are honored to have you here today. How are you? Are you hearing us, Marlene? Marlene, can you hear us? Let me take a moment until our speakers and stuff get going. Marlene is, as I said before, is one who's been in the travel industry for a very long time. One of the original Air Jamaica flight attendants, one who served as or European leg. She was one who spoke German, so she was on the London into Frankfurt wing during the 70s. Someone who's come to not only work in the airline industry, but in the cruise industry. We share the luxury of having worked at Air Jamaica at some point, not necessarily crossing paths, but also later on in life, we got into the travel industry within the cruise industry. So we've kind of gone through life in the industry for a while. We're going to take a moment and today feature Marlene's new voyage, new interest in travel. Please go ahead and share with us today from our production team.
Wholesale travel is quietly becoming one of the smartest money moves of 2026. Retail travel is the old model. Expedia, Booking.com, and Priceline all buy travel at wholesale, then mark it up and sell it back to you at retail. That's what makes wholesale travel so much better than retail. Wholesale travel is the same hotels, same resorts, same cruises, just without the markup. Travel is a $10 trillion industry that continues to grow every year. In 2026, the price of everything is up. But this doesn't mean people are going to stop traveling. It means people are going to look for ways to travel more, travel better, and for a lot less, while also looking for more ways to make money. So, what if you could provide them with both? We know everyone already loves to travel, but people also love to refer things to people they know. Whether it be a movie or a new pizza place down the street, referring people to something you already like comes naturally without a second thought. And that's what's so great about our wholesale travel membership. You can choose to get paid simply by referring others to do what you and everyone else loves to do. Travel, but to way better places at a fraction of the cost. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Think about it. Every major industry shift rewards those who got in early. We went from Blockbuster to Netflix, from landlines to smartphones, taxis to Ubers, and the crypto revolution that started with Bitcoin. And right now, you're witnessing the next big industry shift, from retail travel to wholesale travel. 5 years from now, our wholesale travel membership will be everywhere. The only difference between people, it'll be the ones who look now and those who say, I wish I did.
Time. It has a different meaning in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It goes backwards, forwards, it stops. St. Croix is rooted in history. So much of it still remains untouched.
I remember running on these streets as a kid. This shop was right down there. It opened the same year I was born. This is where the original Crucian Hook was born. It's the symbol of these islands. And I wanted to have my hands in that very same history. I want to be able to pass it down to my family while still putting a new spin on it.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, we have an amazing culture that developed over time from all over the world.
St. John feels so untouched. Being underwater is like another world. There's no worries, there's no stress. I can just escape. This is my happy place. My passion for scuba diving came at just being fascinated with the water and wanting to be a mermaid. And this is the closest thing I can get to achieving mermaid status. Canadians just love being outdoorsy. We live for adventure, so we love anything hiking, being on the water, diving, snorkeling, and St. John has it all.
It's like some spirit is protecting the island and keeping them raw. The Makujumbi watches over the island. From up there, they keep the evil spirits away. The nightlife in St. Thomas is absolutely amazing. There's always something going on. Everyone comes together to dance and catch a vibe. We're always celebrating. We celebrate freedom, culture, the food, the smell, the music. It's always a celebration. The people here are probably the most priceless thing because they keep the culture going. There's so many different influences on these islands. Food from all kinds of countries coming together in new dishes. All of us came from somewhere.
Wholesale travel is quietly becoming one of the smartest money moves of 2026. Retail travel is the old model. Expedia, Booking.com, and Priceline all buy travel at wholesale, then mark it up and sell it back to you at retail. That's what makes wholesale travel so much better than retail. Wholesale travel is the same hotels, same resorts, same cruises, just without the markup. Travel is a $10 trillion industry that continues to grow every year. In 2026, the price of everything is up. But this doesn't mean people are going to stop traveling. It means people are going to look for ways to travel more, travel better, and for a lot less, while also looking for more ways to make money. So, what if you could provide them with both? We know everyone already loves to travel, but people also love to refer things to people they know. Whether it be a movie or a new pizza place down the street, referring people to something you already like comes naturally without a second thought. And that's what's so great about our wholesale travel membership. You can choose to get paid simply by referring others to do what you and everyone else loves to do. Travel, but to way better places at a fraction of the cost. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Think about it. Every major industry shift rewards those who got in early. We went from Blockbuster to Netflix, from landlines to smartphones, taxis to Ubers, and the crypto revolution that started with Bitcoin. And right now, you're witnessing the next big industry shift, from retail travel to wholesale travel. 5 years from now, our wholesale travel membership will be everywhere. The only difference between people, it'll be the ones who look now and those who say, I wish I did.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Caribbean. Of all the times and of all the days, we are so graced today to have with us the travel guru, my dear friend Marlene. Marlene, we were just looking at the evolution of travel. And if there's anyone who knows what travel is our sister here today. Marlene, welcome to the Voice of the Caribbean. Thank you for joining us. How are you? How are you, Marlene? You're not hearing us? Wow. You know, the evolution of travel has been something beyond anything we can imagine. I don't know. Marlene, are you hearing us? No? Wow. This has been a real challenge for us today, getting in here. You know, Marlene, I'll tell you a little about her before she even gets on. Marlene has actually been a flight attendant working with Air Jamaica for many years. The cruise industry, the travel industry, creating her own network within the cruise industries. And right now she has gone on to, outside of doing retail sales in travel, she's gone into the wholesale market, an industry that has revolutionized the era of travel. Marlene, can you hear us? Are you hearing us, my sister? Wow. Production, can we go to commercial, please? We'll make another attempt to speak to our guests behind the scenes for a minute, because we need to get this information from her today. Production, can we go to commercial, please?
Welcome to our TV network, your ultimate destination for all things exciting and essential. From mouth-watering food to the latest in fashion, health, education, music, movies, and news, plus thrilling sports and breathtaking travel, our TV network brings it all to you. Tune in today and experience the best of every world, all in one place, RTV.network.
Today we're taking a little vacation on the west end of St. Croix, visiting a seaside restaurant called the Beachside Cafe here at Sandcastles on the Beach.
The atmosphere is just wonderful.
You just feel very welcome when you're here.
Hi! I'd like to introduce Chris and Ted, who are the owners of Beachside Cafe and also Sandcastles on the Beach. This is amazing!
Thank you.
Sandcastle on the Beach is quiet and friendly, relaxing.
I often entertain guests, and this is the one place I always try to bring people.
Tell us a little bit about the hotel.
Well, the hotel is a 25-room hotel. We have 10 different room types within that. We also have, of course, our greatest asset, the ocean out there, which our side of the island is very calm typically. So it's the best swimming beach and also great for snorkeling.
And just walking and doing a nice walking beach tour.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Best beach access is right here, so we love them.
And we're also fortunate we have just up the way Sandy Point National Park, and then Frederickstead Town is just a mile away. Mm-hmm. And so we're really fortunate to be in this perfect spot.
Travel Share. It Marketplace is an Travel Share. It Marketplace is an innovative, dynamic, user-friendly, and fully comprehensive global travel marketplace. featuring all Caribbean islands as a premier destinations. TravelShare. It marketplace featured daily travel news, arts, culture, events, travel weather news, individuals remote work, flex time, paid time off, family leisure time, and travel deals to better connect the U.S., Caribbean, and the Americas worldwide. So no matter where you want to travel in the world for work or leisure, working remotely or on vacation by yourself, with friends or family, whether by air or sea, TravelShare. It Marketplace makes it easy to get you to your destination. Book now at www.travelshare.com. Third Wall Street is a new emerging global capital markets formation and structured trifactor financial hub at the U.S. Third Border in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, in the Caribbean and Latin America. The new Third Wall Street is the home of the Alexander Hamilton Financial Center and named in honor of Alexander Hamilton, an American founding father, first U.S. Treasury Secretary, and architect of the
Reimagine a world where the Caribbean is seamlessly connected, where our people, our cultures, and our economies move freely across the islands. This is Connect Caribbean, more than a ferry service. It's the heartbeat of a new era, an era where economic opportunities expand, where trade flows freely across our seas, and cultural exchange flourishes. We are linking businesses, empowering communities, and reigniting the hope for a truly integrated Caribbean. Together, we're shaping a brighter, more unified future for the Caribbean. Connect Caribbean, connecting our islands, our people, our future.
Okay, we're back here on the Voice of the Caribbean. My sister Marlene, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me and see me?
We can hear you. We can see you. We can hear you. We can see you. It's almost like the evolution of travel, Marlene. You know, you've gone from retail to this evolution of wholesale. We are so honored to have you on the show today. Thank you for being here. You know, you're known as a travel guru, and I want to take at least 2 minutes to just have you tell us who Marlene is, because I was here talking about you, being so blessed to know you, and just to share with folks, you know, just your origin. You are a Caribbean person from birth. Tell us who Marlene is before we get into the evolution of travel.
So are you going to tell them, or am I going to tell them?
So I started by just going through what I know, that you've been in the industry for over 50 years. And you were one of those pretty little birdies that came out of Jamaica and Air Jamaica, an airline that I too have had the luxury, the privilege of serving with. But you were one of those who was a specialist because you had that long desired route. You were in London, and because of your linguistics, you were doing the German leg into Frankfurt. But more importantly, you did that for a while with airlines, and then you moved to the cruise industry. I know you'd gone through not only having gone from ticketing tickets with handwriting tickets, but into the technology of purchasing tickets, through technology. But more importantly, you went from there with your experience and expertise and linguistics into the cruise line industry. Again, we crossed paths because now you have become someone who's sought after in the industry of travel. And with that comes your now specialty, one that you've introduced me to, and one that I wanted to share with the world on this network today, Marlene. Tell us a little more about who you are, and tell us just where you are in the travel industry and where we can get you today.
So thank you very much for having me today. Karen, it's a pleasure to be here. You know that I love the travel industry, and it is special to me. It's in my blood, and I don't know if I'll ever leave it until I go to the grave. But I recently got introduced to something that really just blew my mind. I never thought I would see this in the travel industry, because after 50 years in the travel industry, I can tell you this with complete confidence. Most people are paying retail prices for travel, and they don't even realize there's another way. So, as you know, I have built my career helping clients find the best possible rates. But when I discovered a wholesale travel model that consistently beats what I could access in the traditional retail space, I had to make a decision. Do I protect the old model, or do I protect my clients? I chose my clients. And what I want to share today is simply a smarter way to travel in 2026 and beyond. That's really the sum substance of all of this, because if you're booking travel the way you did 5 years ago, you're probably overpaying. You see, because travel has two price tags, retail and wholesale. Most consumers only see one. And the internet didn't eliminate the middleman. It just made people think it did. So when 4 and 5-star resorts cost what 2-star hotels used to charge, that means that something big has shifted in the travel industry. And now the question isn't whether you're going to travel. The question is whether you're going to travel smarter. So that is what I'm here sharing today, because after 50 plus years in the industry, I had never seen anything like this before. And I'm really excited about it.
You know, I when Marlene presented this to me not so long ago, she was excited. Normally she calls me, you know, she's been a dear friend, one who has been supportive in so many ways. But when Marlene called me and said to me, Karen, you have to get into this. You need to understand. We've both seen the world, toured the world at our own expenses, and sometimes because of who we were doing, it was non-rev. But nonetheless, we are at a place now where the industry, the world is traveling. Regardless of what we see, people are still traveling. It's a way to get away. It's a way of just seeing the world. And Marlene said to me, Karen, it's not unlike anything you've experienced. It's not your commission base. It's basically being able to share this with everybody you know, as well as to be able to make this a livelihood, a residual way of doing things, and to make sure that people see things the way we did, but at a better cost. So Marlene, I know this is new to many, and there are concerns that people might not be familiar with. So tell us this afternoon, what is Travorium? Tell us what we're looking at.
Well, Travorium is basically what we like to call the Netflix of the travel industry. Most of us will remember long ago when we used to be able to see blockbusters everywhere. You would go in, you'd buy your or rent your videos or whatever, and you get back home and you watch it, and then you return it late and get charged a late fee of it, like a library card or whatever. And that was just our norm. And then all of a sudden, one day we woke up and there were no Blockbuster stores anywhere, and Blockbusters didn't see it coming. I tell people this is the Netflix in travel. Why? Because we, travel agents, if we don't wake up and understand what's happening, we will be like Blockbusters. And one morning we'll wake up and have no clients, because they will have figured out that there is a better way to travel, that not only can they save money on traveling, but they can upgrade the way they travel. So instead of going into an interior cabin in a cruise ship, they can now go to a balcony cabin, because it probably costs the same as if they were going in an interior, because of the wholesale piece in this travel industry. And Travorium is really pioneering this industry with wholesale. And what we're saying to people is travel is not changing. It's the whole concept of how you travel and how you book travel. What we like to say is retail travel is bad and wholesale travel is good. We're not changing where you go to. It's the same rooms, the same experiences, but what we're changing is what's coming out of your pocket. Two things that I want to make very clear here is because Travorium not only is pioneering this way of traveling and from retail to wholesale, but they're also offering a referral program, an optional referral program, because we know that people will buy or see or do something when coming as a referral from somebody they trust and know and love, rather than from a commercial. So the referral opportunity is, I am a member of Travorium. I use the platform and I abuse the platform because now, even as a travel agent, I'm getting better rates through my club membership than I get for my net rates, or they could be as my net rates and better. But what the general public can't do is they can't get my net rates. So they can't even get the better rates. And when they become a club member, they get the best rates available that most people never see. They never see the published, more than the published rate. They see the published rates, they don't see the wholesale rates. But the referral piece is great because I don't know, many people don't understand that when in the USA and Canada, you have a program, a business that you're a part of. And as again, I say, this is an optional piece.
Sure.
But some people do not travel because they don't have enough money left over at the end of the month to be able to travel. This referral program and that optional part affords them to be able to say to somebody, hey, Karen, I found some way to travel at wholesale. You've got to see this. Jump on a webinar and see it. That's it. Okay, we're not selling anything. And when you jump on that webinar and you see it and you say, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. I can go to Dubai for $199 for 6 days and 5 nights with 2 people. And that includes taxes and fees. You have got to be kidding me. So I am not selling you anything. You're seeing this. It is, and we are living it. And so when you see that, that is now your business. You have gone into that part of the program which offers you the business. And when you see that in America and in Canada, the IRS allows you to run a business because it is good for the country to have more business owners, but not everybody can own a business, a conventional business, because they don't have the money to do this. So this is a low-cost way of getting into a business and also increasing your tax benefits. Now, I am not a CPA, and I'm not a tax professional, so I tell people, always consult with your tax professional. But the great thing about this is, it's like Travorium is actually paying you to travel because you earn a referral fee and you can share this as often as you want. There is no limit on how often you share this and how often you get paid. I think this is wonderful. It is something that I never saw or thought I would ever see in the travel industry. So that really makes me more excited. So I don't only help my clients to become members and travel for better, but I help those who would love to travel and don't have enough money to be able to have that extra income in their pocket, in their disposable income, because now they get a refund that they don't even have to wait till the end of the year for to get. They get it straight into their paycheck. But that's something they need to discuss with their CPA. That is my big excitement, the 2-part excitement to the whole of this.
So I know you're a platinum director within Travorium. You mentioned 2 things, because even the commercial that went by identifies this industry as a wholesale market, a wholesale initiative. And so you just mentioned that you could take a few people with you on a vacation. So this is not a double occupancy type of a concept. You're saying that this is beyond, it's a group rate that is being wholesaled. What exactly is the wholesale aspect of this?
No, it's not a group rate. Well, technically, the company has negotiated wholesale rates, which could be equivalent to group and better rates. But you don't have to travel as a group. You travel as an individual. So when those things, what we call world tours, and they're all over the world, they're curated trips that the company puts and makes available. You see, when you become a member, you don't only become a member, but you also gain points. The company awards you with points every month just for being a member as a thank you. And
Okay.
as you accumulate points over the months, and this is only one side of the travel platform. The other side, you can travel all you want, whenever you want at wholesale. But this side of the platform, which is kind of rewarding you with what we would call living list, not bucket list experiences, before you acquire all that money that you need to go on such a trip. So what I was mentioning about, for example, Dubai at $199 or $200, I don't remember what is on offer at the moment.
Sure.
It is you have acquired a certain amount of points over 4 or 5 months, and now you go to that platform and you see 200 types choices of trips that you have, which would cost you. Not only if you were traveling as a group would it cost you more, but it would cost you much more if you were traveling conventionally. These are curated rates that are there for you to take. You use your points that you have built up over the months, which cost you nothing to build up.
Okay.
It's just from the company. And then you book that rate and you go. What I was saying about 2 people is that rate for $199 or whatever is on offer, different places offer different things, is not per night or per person. It is for the whole trip, 6 nights, 7 nights, whatever it is.
Let's interrupt there. So, for example, it's a $200 rate for 5 nights. And that's not per night?
No. That is the exciting part of it. That is for the entire stay. For the entire stay, including taxes and fees for 2 people. Sometimes they have an offer that would include 2 children up to 12 or whatever at that same rate. And sometimes it includes breakfast. And sometimes it's at an all-inclusive resort that includes everything.
So Marlene, let me just stop for a minute, because the enthusiasm, someone who's had a travel experience, this is news to me to some extent, because I'm learning as we advance in this process. So Marlene, here we are talking about the wholesale that is described in this industry is really the wholesale cost that Forum has been able to negotiate to extend to our members and or partners traveling through this.
Right. And the additional secret to that is, and we have a video that shows side by side the 3 giants in the industry, but they only belong to 2 companies. And so if you go to Expedia.com or Booking.com or whichever site is out there, they have all received the wholesale rate that Travorium receives. Yes. However, the marked difference is that they have chosen to increase that rate so that they can make a huge profit. It is slightly less than the published rate, maybe, could be $15, $20 less, but they have jacked up that wholesale rate to be able to earn the millions and billions of dollars that they earn. Travorium is pioneering the concept of not marking up that wholesale rate, but giving you the advantage of having it for a membership fee per month, which is catching on worldwide. Subscription-based memberships are popular because you know that you have that fee only, and then it allows you to do other things with it. Whether it is a Costco membership or a Sam's Club membership or whatever it is a membership subscription. Even when you insure your car, it's a monthly membership subscription.
Okay. So it's fair to say to have access to the wholesale rate of travel, one needs to have a membership to be able to get the benefit of getting this discounted travel.
Absolutely. A bit like Netflix, a monthly membership to Netflix. So you can binge all you want on Netflix because you have that monthly membership. Now you can binge on travel.
I'm actually more, the idea of just binging is one thing, but the concept of going on a family vacation or a group vacation, knowing full well that you have access to 5 nights at a 1-night rate, but to get this, you have to be a member of this group, this elite. When I say elite, I mean this membership, this club, almost. You have to be a member of this body of Travorium to be eligible to get this discounted rate?
Absolutely. It's a family household membership, and it is really an elite by invitation only membership. You cannot just go out there and buy the membership. Somebody has to refer you to this elite membership, and you become a member through that referral.
So Marlene, here's one thing that I know we're going to have questions about. I'm looking at one right now. This is about accommodations and hospitality, but it does not include airfare. Is that correct?
You know very well, as I do, that airfare is not something you get wholesale on.
No.
Here is what Travorium makes simple for you. Since you can't get wholesale rates, they put all the rates available everywhere on one platform called Air. Okay, so when you go in and you click the flights button, and you put in your pairing that you want, or your origination and destination and the dates, everything comes up. Every airline offering that route comes up, and you scroll through and you find the best deal. You don't have to hop from one website to the other, and you know that it's the best deal. One of the other things that, excuse me for interrupting you, but one of the other things that really blows my mind is that Travorium has a money-back guarantee, or a matching program. So if you book something and within 24 hours you found it on another site, on a consumer site, that was better, Travorium will match that and give you 10% on top of that. That is unheard of.
So Marlene, so I'm hearing that the matching of, the comparative shopping type refund. But we've talked about hotels. What about the cruise industry?
Well, that I can give you first-hand experience about, because I'm booking more cruises than anything. That's what I've done. I've been called a cruise guru for many years. When I first started with Travorium, because I realized that if I couldn't beat them, I'd have to join them. That was going to be a situation, because that was like a fear of loss, panic. I know I'm going to lose my customers or my clients if they hear this from anybody else. I want them to hear it from me. I don't want them to hear it from somebody else. Well, one of the first people who I actually introduced to the club was a client who was already booked. I had already booked her on a cruise out of Miami on MSC Seaside in the yacht club. And you know that the yacht club is an elite butler service situation. So I looked at her reservation and I saw what I had booked it for her for. And I went into my back office and checked what it would be, because it wasn't going to be for some months yet. And so I checked what it was going to be, and I found it was going to cost her $1,300 less.
Wow.
So I called her and I said, I just want to ask you a question. I said, I've just come across something that I'm really excited about. May or may not be for you. However, it is a travel club. And what they're doing is offering wholesale rates and also vacations at 4- and 5-star properties below 2-star rates. It is something that you've got to see. But what I'm calling you about is to let you know that I've checked your reservation on the MSC Seaside, and I compared it against the club rate and find that it will be $1,300 less if you become a member and go through that. What would you like me to do? And she says, well, that's a no-brainer. She says, this is something that I can do other things as well. I said, absolutely, you can. I said, I would like you to jump on a Zoom for 30 minutes and watch it, because they show you side-by-side comparisons. My colleagues, who are dear friends who introduced me to this, they do the best job of showing us everything, a deep dive into the membership, so that people can actually see it. So she went on and she said, why was this available when I was really traveling a lot? She's now 87 years old.
Wow. So Marlene, so we're hearing from, and as I said before, you and I are familiar with the travel industry, from airline to cruise line to world touring. The position what I'm hearing from you now is, we now have access to getting these tours and travel at a wholesale rate.
Yes.
We now have this almost tour packaged, because there are multiple nights of excursions and trips, right? And so what you're saying is to be able to get these rates, we would need to become a member of this club of Travorium to be able to provide this, to be able to have access to these rates that are not exclusive to us, but to our household. It's not necessarily us, but we can extend this to not only clients, but to friends and family.
As long as they become members, yes. And if you want to do that, Karen, I have to be you need to be part of the referral program, because to get paid, we don't pay people for anything else but the referral of a membership fee. Okay. So when you say you have 3 friends that you want to travel with and you know that they would really benefit from this, then you say, hey, I have something I want to take you a look at. Here is a Zoom or a video or whatever. Hop on. If it's something that resonates with you, let me know. And then if they want to become a member, you send them your referral link, just like you would to Amazon or wherever else, and send them your referral link. They join under you. You get a referral fee. And every month that they stay members, then when that membership comes in, you get a bit of that as well. So yes, to answer your question, it is an exclusive membership program. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to book 5 rooms now on this ship because I'm a member. No, that does not work, because that consists of fraud in the industry. And that's why they do a know your customer verification, because they don't want people booking as if it's them, because that is not to be done in the industry.
Okay. All right. So we have learned so much today, but there's more to be told. So Marlene, tell us right now, you know, this is by far, Travorium is a company that's been around for a few years.
And 13, actually almost going into their 14th year now. So they kind of know what they're doing.
And so what's interesting is that this is like a hidden secret. Not many people knew they could travel like
this. This is a huge secret. It's huge secret. That's why I panicked, because I knew soon it was no longer going to be secret. They're going to people like my friends who introduced me, who are going to be talking to everybody and his child about this and getting them in. And I was going to not have a travel business anymore. I was going to be poor.
We're reaching an audience that's across the globe on all the networks that we're affiliated to. And how universal is this membership?
We are in 80 countries at the moment, and soon to be opening another country in the Far East. I don't think I'm supposed to say which country it is, but yes, we are worldwide. I have people that I've referred this membership to as far as Australia. And let me just say something to you, Karen. People, when they think about travel, they think about airplanes and cruises and hotels and cars. They don't think about activities like excursions or safaris, or we just have a new member now who does only hiking all over the world, and now he can get his hiking experiences at pennies on the dollars at wholesale rate. So it's everything. We also have a platform in there that gives you, it's called Everyday Needs, and gives you stuff like, am I supposed to say this? Maybe. It gives you things like employee rate for Apple.
Okay.
I went in, we needed a new dishwasher. I went in, I looked at the dishwasher, and it was $88 less than the published rate from the same company that I was going to get it delivered from.
So it's kind of like having a consumer account compared to like the AAA discounts, Cedar discounts, etc. Marlene, you know, I think based on what you just described, that it's universal, it's everywhere. On this show, the focus here is on the Caribbean. We're focusing on the Voice of the Caribbean, which is our tropical, region. You and I know the cruise industry kicks up their winter season, the diversion, the seasonal travel. But our audience today listening from across the globe, you're saying that we can do this everywhere. We're going to go to a quick commercial while you take a minute to basically listen to what Travorium is, so we can talk behind after this commercial with our sister Marlene. Tell us more, just where we start, how we get involved with this membership, and how we get to see the world at your rate.
Imagine, if you will, a single point of connection that puts at your fingertips all of the things that we do in our daily lives with ease of access and convenience. Whether in your personal life, for work, travel, and entertainment with family, friends, and in your work life. The new OneConnect app is all you need to make your life more manageable and efficient in maximizing the best use of your time. The OneConnect app is your new connection in a world of busy people with lots to do and not enough time to get things done. OneConnect app was created with you in mind and is all you need. Download OneConnect app now. Also visit us at www.oneconnectapp.com.
I used to watch BET, MTV, VH1, now I watch Tempo. Soca, Calypso, Reggae Dancehall. Don't stall, better get tuned in to the tempo. Don't have cable, they got an app. Go to your app store, download that. Whether it's tourism, cuisine, or the social scenes, if it ain't Tempo, it's a rap. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo.
Wholesale travel is quietly becoming one of the smartest money moves of 2026. Retail travel is the old model. Expedia, Booking.com, and Priceline all buy travel at wholesale, then mark it up and sell it back to you at retail. That's what makes wholesale travel so much better than retail. Wholesale travel is the same hotels, same resorts, same cruises, just without the markup. Travel is a $10 trillion industry that continues to grow every year. In 2026, the price of everything is up. But this doesn't mean people are going to stop traveling. It means people are going to look for ways to travel more, travel better, and for a lot less, while also looking for more ways to make money. So, what if you could provide them with both? We know everyone already loves to travel, but people also love to refer things to people they know. Whether it be a movie or a new pizza place down the street, referring people to something you already like comes naturally without a second thought. And that's what's so great about our wholesale travel membership. You can choose to get paid simply by referring others to do what you and everyone else loves to do. Travel, but to way better places at a fraction of the cost. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Think about it. Every major industry shift rewards those who got in early. We went from Blockbuster to Netflix, from landlines to smartphones, taxis to Ubers, and the crypto revolution that started with Bitcoin. And right now, you're witnessing the next big industry shift, from retail travel to wholesale travel. 5 years from now, our wholesale travel membership will be everywhere. The only difference between people, it'll be the ones who look now and those who say, I wish I did.
You've seen it, wholesale travel. And we're here this afternoon with my dear guest, Marlene, who is known as the travel guru. You know, Marlene, now while we were going in commercial, looking at the wholesale concept of this travel industry, it just dawned on me that collectively we have almost 80 years of travel experience in this business.
That's because we started at age 2.
Exactly. To be able to say, combine, this is what it needs to be. Marlene, I think I want us to be able to share with folks today before we leave just how they can get involved. And we're going to recommend, just take a moment when we get off this call today, remember to go to one, LOVE, oneloveconnect.com to follow up, because we want to invite you to take advantage of this opportunity as well, to travel the world and to be a part of this membership. Marlene, tell us a little more, because one of the things I think we stopped on was just how membership allows you not just the benefit of discount travel, but there are also incentives.
That's right.
To be a member.
Right.
I also know, before you go on, Marlene, I know one of the things that you've been known in the industry to be is you are a specialist for the disabled. For disabled travelers, you have always been an advocate for that as well. So Marlene, tell us that there's no hindrance. This organization provides these options of travel, and just how we go about becoming a member of Travoria.
So I've always believed that seeing is better than hearing or whatever, reading, because I am a visual person. If you can see something, then it's better. So two things I want to address is, yes, I have always been very passionate about helping disabled people. And among disabled, I also categorize autism. I am a specialist in autism, and I'm an certified autism travel professional. And what that means is that I, as an agent and also as their member sponsor, if they ask me a question, I'll be able to answer that. It's not left up to Travorium to be able to do that, because all the airlines or cruise lines have no one who is really specialist in helping them. So I have that as an advantage in the industry, and also being part of Travorium is that my clients, my members, can come to me and say, Marlene, what would you recommend? And then they can still get it at the wholesale rate. But what I want to say is that if what you all have heard today resonates with you, then I invite you to simply learn more, because there's no obligation. It's just education. And when people see how wholesale travel works, they can decide for themselves if it makes sense. If you're planning at all to travel in 2026 or beyond, at least understand the difference between retail and wholesale pricing before you book anything, because information costs nothing, but it can save you a great deal. So that's what an intelligent and a savvy person does. If you're even a little curious, just take a look. Once you see it, you'll understand why I made the shift after 50 years. And after 50 years in the industry, if I made this shift and I am so strongly advocating it, that should be a clue. And in closing, what I want to say really is travel isn't getting less expensive, but how you access it can change everything. After 50 years in the industry, I didn't move from retail to wholesale because it was trendy. I moved because it was smarter for my clients. And in today's economy, smart matters. I've dedicated my life to helping people see the world. And now I'm helping them see it better and for less. And that feels like the right evolution for me. And I hope it feels like it for you too.
Thank you so much, Marlene. You know, we are just truly eye-opening. We're eye-opened this afternoon, and we're just really receptive to this invitation. I am also going to be recommending this membership, because it is truly a benefit for us to get to see the world at a time like now. There's so much to be done, and just planning and taking a break is essential, and just being able to not only do it, but to benefit from it with a residual income and tapping into your net worth. You know, we're going to be leaving in another 2 minutes or so, but I just wanted to take a moment to invite you to join, to take a look at Travorium. And if you're interested, I invite you to go to the number oneloveconnect.com and see how you can make it. It's right across the screen right now. It's the oneloveconnect.com to follow up to see how you can become a member, or just to get information needed for this wonderful opportunity that Marlene has expressed to us. And Marlene, we are going to invite you back, because there's nobody else who knows what travel is and what specials they have ongoing. This is all happening here on The Voice of the Caribbean. And we look forward to seeing you again soon, Marlene. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your knowledge of Travorium. And we look forward to just these vacations to take a breather across the globe.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been exciting. And I love being here. Thank you, Karen, my dear friend. Thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate this exposure that we've been able to gain through your program. Thank you.
Welcome anytime, Marlene. And so again, we thank you for joining us here on The Voice of the Caribbean. See you next week for more information and great news, information and opportunities. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome to our TV network, your ultimate destination for all things exciting and essential. From mouth-watering food to the latest in fashion, health, education, music, movies, and news, plus thrilling sports and breathtaking travel. Our TV network brings it all to you. Tune in today and experience the best of every world, all in one place, RTV.network.